Days like this, you deserve to be out. I've grabbed my gear quiver. I just hydrated, put on a whole bunch of sunblock. I even remembered my lips this time, and I'm good to go. Could I have a 6-inch Subway melt on whole wheat, please? Spinach, tomatoes, and pickles.
Taylor Grande Starbucks double shot.
Thank you. It's actually pretty good. Okay, so yeah, it's actually really hot today. I can feel the sweat trickling down the backs of my arms. That might be a little gross to you, but it's true. Ugh. So I'm going to cut through some trails on the way to where our intended trail is. I think all of these buildings are condemned through here. Most of them are boarded up, although it looks like some of them have been broken into. That one in particular. A lot of graffiti back here. I don't think too many people cut through this area. It's kind of tucked away, so it's not actually that obvious, but I think it's been ignored for a long time. I'm always kind of amazed by how close people can live to abandoned or disused areas and not even really have any idea. I mean, I guess it's nature to ignore the things that people don't want to see. Right behind this building complex, we've got a nice little park here. Some trails, some unfortunate graffiti. There's actually a creek that runs through this whole area. The Trans-Canada Trail is actually running along the sidewalk here. You know, it's funny how people sometimes get in set patterns. I've never actually walked on this side of this street before. I only ever walk on that side. I was just marveling at how kind of lovely it is here and shady. I'm like, huh, never been here. I've been thinking about purpose a lot in the last week. What do I want? What do I want to focus on in my life? What do I need to be doing? Do I necessarily have to have purpose in everything I do? Or can I do something that's fulfilling enough that I get paid for, and then find that purpose in other areas of my life? I used to think that my work needed to fulfill all of that, that it had to be the most meaningful, and I think maybe that's where I saw some disappointment. I don't want to be disappointed anymore. Oh, that's pretty, eh? Wow. Clearly someone loves this terrace. Oh, I love all those poppies. Look at how the sun is shining through them. That's gorgeous. Wow. I wonder how many hours were devoted to this. I'm almost at the trailhead, and just before I go in, there's a 7-Eleven. I'm debating going in for a beverage to take with me. I've learned this lesson the hard way, and for some reason I keep having to learn it. The last time I did the 10K run home, I overheated and I didn't have water. It wasn't that bad, however, I know I would have been feeling much better if I'd had water. Today's proving much hotter than I expected, even though I checked the temperature, even though I went out on my balcony and tested it. So, yeah, I'm gonna grab a drink. Unfortunately, you know, me being stupid sometimes, I only carried my gear quiver and not my double barrel, so I don't actually have a water bottle slot. However, I've got cargo pockets. I can just shove it in there. It's not like it's a terrible thing. It's just annoying. Another lesson to learn. Good job, Taylor. You know, I guess it's natural for people to strive for purpose. I think it's inherent in that search for connectedness, I think, which is why a lot of people attach to religion or talk about coincidence or look for those moments of meaning in even rewriting their own history. But in looking for that purpose moving forward in my life, really I want it to be, maybe I'm asking too much, but really I want it to be a sense of newness. Not just doing the thing that was enough before, or that I thought was enough before, because clearly it wasn't enough. The Terry Fox training route signs all over the Coquitlam area. I've run on parts of it, but every time I see it I think to myself, holy smokes, that guy really ran everywhere, didn't he? Wow. And I'm reminded of that tenacity and persistence and strength that he had. Wow. Deep respect. So coming home on one particular run, I dive bombed off the side of one of the hills coming down the power lines. This is part of that route. So coming down that area there, you'll see that there is actually some trail here. However, once you get to the base, that's where I was just running through bushes. You can see that there's a few different slopes on the way down. I think I got caught in the middle part there in the swampy area. We, however, are going to be headed up this way. Fortunately, there is actually trail, and maybe it's going to be too easy, maybe too hard. Steps, lots and lots of steps. There we go. That's where we're headed. Looks like I'm definitely not the only one who had this idea. Here we go. I didn't even know this was here. That's really cool. Seriously, Taylor, look around you. A little steeper, but very pleasantly so. I think I'm going to enjoy this. Oh, and there's a community garden too. This is a great use of space. You know, I am a little creeped out by the fact that it's directly under these power lines. However, use what we can. It's still really nice. How did these cars even get in here? There must be access from the other side. Those power lines really do kind of loom overhead, hey? Wow. This guy and the woman in front of him just came down and then turned around and are starting to go back up. That must be a good workout. Interesting moment when I went to 7-Eleven to grab my beverage. I'm wearing this buff, which I typically grab brighter colored buffs, although I do have some dark ones. One of the guys in line behind me looked at it, kind of gave it a sneer, and then refused to look at me for the rest of it. You know, it's interesting how people feel like certain colors are a threat to masculinity, or that it's somehow gender non-conforming. I mean, seriously, it's just a color on a piece of cloth. What the hell? Did it. I don't even know what's up here. Again, seriously, how have I lived this long in this neighborhood and have no idea what's up here? I've run by it so many times. People even do this, I don't even know. Yeah, but it's
so
beautiful.
How you find the right place this time?
It's really nice.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Yeah, it's not as hard as I thought. Does it go steeper up there too?
Yeah, all the way up
Yeah.
to Bamblewood to the field.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, up all the way up.
Yeah. Although I guess I'd really feel it if I was on my third time.
Oh yeah.
You guys are doing really well.
Yeah, thanks.
My daughters usually just running up to the...
Yeah, like you run straight up?
And
Yeah.
then just walk
Yeah.
Yeah.
to there.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have any other favorite trails that you like in this area?
This is the most faster and efficient one.
Yeah, it's really nice.
This is
We
very
like this
efficient.
one.
Yeah, good cardio straight up too. I
Yeah.
like it. I was watching the woman in the black tank top run up,
Yeah.
and she had a good pace.
He's doing the she's doing the squat too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, on the first run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could probably
Everything.
lose some weight doing this.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Yeah. Well, it was nice to meet you.
Yeah, me too.
Oh.
Yeah, maybe. Really nice little backyard areas here, hedging right up to that trail. How did I ever live in the city before? I used to think that that was everything. Like, I had to have access to people and activities and bars and stores, and somehow my life was less if I didn't have that access. Didn't mean that I took the access up on it. I really wasn't into going out all the time, but it was the idea that I could. But I really don't even live that far from it, and I'd rather have this just like 2 kilometers from my house. So much better. You know, I guess part of my dialogue around purpose also has to do with the term fulfillment, because so much of the time those two terms are intertwined. You know, what people see as their purpose needs to be fulfilling, but that question of what do I need to do? What do I want to do? How do I want to define myself? And who am I? Those aren't small questions. And they don't deserve small answers. Bramble Park. Divergence of trail up here. This appears to head up to some basketball courts and maybe splits off up that way. This part of the trail goes this way, and I'm not sure if it goes up that way too. I kind of want to check out both. I don't know which is the right way though. Is there a right way? Oh, glorious shade. I don't even care if this is the wrong way. Lansdowne Park. Oh, okay. So it did come out the top. Alright, that's fine.